Hey YouTube, what goes on? Welcome to This About Action Figures live at 7:05. We are coming out the gate with tonight's unboxings. Multiverse Lobo McFarlane toys. I've been sitting on this thing for about 2 weeks, dying to crack this thing out of its plastic prison, and recently acquired. And yes, I paid the premium. I paid the price. Paid the gold price. But I have joined the Dark Order, and I picked up Series 3, number 20, AEW Unmatched, Johnny Hungy. John Silver's in the house. Saw this sitting at a store, had to pick it up. It was worth the extra $15 or so. So we'll be cracking these things open tonight, checking out these pieces of plastic, a little bit of AEW, a little bit of Lobo. Maybe Lobo's joining the Dark Order tonight. We'll be talking some AEW like we always do. Hope you enjoyed our special episodes of AEW that have been released here on YouTube from our excellent time in Atlantic City, New Jersey last week for the AEW Dark, AEW Dynamite, and Rampage tapings. There's one more video that'll be coming out probably, I don't know, maybe over the weekend or so, which will be the AEW Dark and AEW Rampage edition of our show. Had a fantastic time at AEW last Wednesday night. Happy to be back here, though, at the toy table, interacting with all of you. And again, I apologize for the, I don't want to say hiatus, because I have been live, just infrequency of our Wednesday night evenings here for Live 705. Between being at AEW last week, the previous week, I wanted to put out a hunt video Wednesday night, so we moved to Thursday night for the unboxings. But here we are, ready to rock and roll. Let's see who's in the house, and then we'll work our way through Lobo and Johnny Hungy, and also talking some AEW about what we expect to see tonight, what's going on with Cody Rhodes, and in addition to all that, some upcoming toy shows here in Pennsylvania that I want to give you a heads up about. And I believe we also have a Fan First Monday this coming Monday for Marvel Legends, for the Legends team. So we'll talk a little bit about what our predictions are for that as well. But before we get to that, who do we have in the chat so far? G-Force Racing 20. What is going on? How are you this evening? The best name in all of social media history. Mama said pop you out. Finding himself that Walmart sting and that 1 in 5,000 sting. He is killing it. Stan the man is in the house. Hey, what's up, Stan? How you doing, sir? Ryan Sweeney is in the house. 3 of them joints. We will be doing that, Ryan. Thank you for being here, sir. 4 Feathers in the house. 4 Feathers, as I always like to say, good sir. Cheers, my friend. Happy hump day. 6 Packs and Knickknacks is in the house. 6 Packs with some breaking news on Cody Rhodes. It turns out 6 Packs is starting his own professional wrestling league, and he has just exclusively signed Cody Rhodes to be in the Harrisburg Heat wrestling organization. Harrisburg Heat being an old indoor soccer team, I believe. 6 Packs, what is up, sir? He and I have been talking a lot about Cody Rhodes the last 24 to 36 hours. It has been a freaking crazy ride up to this point. Rolando, what's going on, Rolando? How you doing, man? Thank you for stopping by. Live 705. Chink, there's the cheers. Thanks for being here, guys. Mom said, Poppy, I said, be careful with Lobo at the bicep swivel. I've seen a few that have come off easily. Not broken, just the peg isn't deep enough. Glad to know. I hopefully will not break the damn thing. Mark 44 Prime. What's going on, Mark? Thanks for stopping by, dude. Happy to have you here live at 7:05. Harrisburg Heat is all elite. There it is, 6 Packs. You're a poet, and you probably didn't know it. All right, everybody. So we'll be cracking an unboxing, giving my variation of a review on both of these figures tonight. But before we start cracking these things open here on the rotating base, if you want to see me finally unbox my Bat Army, I decided to, a couple weekends ago, finally open up all but that bat in the background. I did it live on Instagram, old school live stream. That is posted at disavowed_12 right back there. If you're new to the channel, daily toy content, daily toy updates over on Instagram. If you want to check that out, you'll see a lot of stuff that you don't necessarily see on YouTube, as well as my sad attempt at fig photography, like my recent Cody Rhodes post last evening. Also, just wanted to give everybody a heads up, whether it's here live or if you're catching on the playback, 2 big toy shows coming up here in Pennsylvania in March. I believe it's March 5th, 6-packs and knickknacks. Please fact check me in the chat, sir. March 5th and 6th, Saturday and Sunday, I believe are ZoloCon here in Warminster, Pennsylvania. One of the best toy shows of the year, easily here in Pennsylvania, hands down. Can't freaking wait for ZoloCon. I'll probably be there both days at the Fuge, former NASA training facility in Warminster, Pennsylvania. A lot of your local YouTubers will be there as well. I know the great Art G will be making an appearance one day that weekend as well. So that'll be March, I believe, 5th and 6th. Again, 6-packs. Fact check me on that. I wanted to double check it and did not get to it. Also, the week after that, I believe it's March 12th, that Saturday, is the VR Hobbies toy show, which they are putting on at the South Mall location on Lehigh Street in Allentown, Pennsylvania. Always a cool show to check out. We actually have some new vendors. I shouldn't say we, I'm not involved with it besides covering it and helping out with the coverage. However, VR has announced multiple new vendors coming in, as well as JB Toys from down in the Lancaster area, who do their own awesome shows every year throughout the year in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. So definitely looking forward to those toy shows. ZoloCon, March 5th and 6th in Warminster, PA. And additionally, we will be hitting both days of that show at ZoloCon and also the following Saturday in Allentown, Pennsylvania. So a lot of people have asked me in the past to give them a heads up on toy shows. Both shows absolutely worth checking out. If you'd like to see the scope and the scale of what it's going to look like to be at those shows, go a little further deeper into my past toy hunts. I have 2 or 3 years worth of ZoloCon videos that are posted, as well as multiple VR hobby toy shows taking place in South Mall. Dark Joker Zin is in the house. Dante, how you doing, good sir? The MC of the Infinity Equation podcast, as we also like to frequent every Friday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on YouTube. Check him out on Instagram and YouTube. Give Dante a follow. He is a good sir. Also, check out his show on Sunday evenings as well over on YouTube. Infinity Equation creators. Again, we talk every week. I don't just say this because you come in. I say it whether you're here or not, Dante. Fantastic content, good group of people. Laser Pants working with Analog Toys over there at 3POA. Bob Uvala working with them as well. Just great shows to check out when you have the opportunity. So the Forfeather says, going to try to make it to the VR hobby show. That's awesome, dude. Yeah, give me a heads up ahead of time, man. If you're coming up, please give me a shout, and I'll make sure to coordinate, sir. We can meet up and check out that show together. Hey, 25 Toys, what's going on? Thank you for stopping by here at Live at 7:05. So here we are. We get the Lobo McFarlane Multiverse DC figure. I was very happy to find this in my local home base Walmart. I am not an overall huge DC collector, nor am I a huge Lobo fan. However, I have very fond rose-tinted glasses memories of the DC versus Marvel versus DC miniseries from back in the mid to late 90s, where Wolverine fought Lobo. And it was very cool seeing DC heroes and villains fighting against Marvel heroes and villains. Lobo versus Wolverine is one of the most iconic battles I recall as a kid. So I look very fondly upon that series. So when I saw this Lobo, even though it was the DC Rebirth version, needed to pick this up. I also picked up the Platinum series version where it's all grayed out. Have that here in the toy room somewhere. That will not be getting opened. So we'll be cracking in the Lobo here, doing an unboxing and review. Everybody, let me know in the chat. What have you been finding recently? Have you found anything new? Have you found any new G.I. Joe out there? Have you finally found your Bats and your Vipers? Have you found any new AEW? Have you seen Wardlow, the Ward Dog, out there? Have you seen the new Tay Conti out there? Have you seen the new MJF with the robe? What are you looking for? What are you finding? Chat it up in the chat, everybody. Let us know what you're finding on the pegs. I did see a Swamp Thing a couple of times on my New Jersey and Allentown toy hunts. Couldn't pick it up. Maybe eventually. Just passing on it for now. But just one small example of things you can find that are hanging out there. Six Packs and Knickknack says Dark Joker's in as all elite. He's been signed, folks. He's here. G-Force Racing 20 says, is your Lobo window cracked at all? I don't believe it is. I don't think so. I think I made it free and clear that any cracks or dents on mine. A little bit of scuffing here. Again, it's coming out of the box. I'm not mint on card for everything, but we're going to get this just mother fragger. If you don't know Lobo, that's how he talks, out of the package. You can't wait to see the back of that jacket. Oh, I've seen some reviews online. It looks freaking incredible. Anytime, Jonathan, you are welcome, sir. Thank you, Six Packs, for giving us that fact check. G-Force Racing 20 says, the past 2 DC Multiverse figs I've got had cracked windows, Lobo and Swamp Thing. Yeah, man, and it's tough. It's the only one that's there, and you want it. It's tough. If you're an MOC collector, it's definitely a bummer when you find that cracked casing that you really want. But it's the only one there. You got to grab it. Six Pack says, I've seen a few of those new AE dubs out there. That is incredible. Omega Weapon 13 is here. What's going on, sir? This is a nice figure. Returned mine because the hand broke. Oh, don't scare me. Just got my Army Scrolls in from Pulse. That's incredible. I was going to mention that Omega Weapon 13. Mine are coming in Friday. So that's so cool. If you didn't know, Hasbro Pulse is shipping out. So very cool, Omega Weapon 13. Looking forward to seeing what you do with those on your page. I have 2 scrolls coming in. I think it's 2. Might be 4. Can't remember. I ordered 2 scrolls. I ordered 1 Shield 2-pack. And the GF, when they were posted, said, I'll order them early for Christmas because they were supposed to be here January 1. But they are also coming in the ones that she ordered. So I'd be getting 4 scrolls and then 2 Shield 2-packs. Hopefully they're in hand easily by this weekend to post on Instagram at this_12. And hopefully we can unbox those together next Wednesday. Omega Weapon 13, it's going to kill me to sit and look at those on my shelf until I can open them next Wednesday night and share it with everybody here on the channel. Sleeping Collectibles in the house. He loves that Lobo. Such a fun figure. Speaking of loving things, sleeping, I literally at 6:59 p.m. as I was finishing setting up the thumbnail for this video, for this live stream, finished watching your most recent toy hunt. So very cool, sir. Always cool checking out your toy hunts. Also sleeping, we're still thinking about coming up to any toy shows in Pennsylvania in March. Let me know. We'll set something up. Four Feather says, still looking for NECA, Kessler Wolf, Bats, and Alley Vipers, and Symbiote Spidey. You might have seen over on Instagram, I did post, I found Ben Reilly Spider-Man, Hammerhead, Shocker, and the entire Armadillo wave at my another local Walmart today in Tamaqua, Pennsylvania, which was very cool to see. So again, they are restocking all of those different waves at your Walmarts. Check those out. Hey, Scott, what's going on? So jelly, still on the Lobo hunt. Yeah, dude, they're hitting Walmart, man. My Walmart is currently packed with DC Multiverse. Smooth, however you pronounce it. You can pre-order Symbiote on Entertainment Earth. Letting people know. Thank you for sharing that. It's good to get it out there. Hey, thanks, Sleeping. I appreciate that. I'm right back at you. All right, let's get into this thing. If you're unfamiliar with Lobo, he's a bastish. Not to be confused with Pac from AEW, who's a bastard. He's a bastish. He is a fragged monster. There's the cross-sell that they put together with this particular wave. I believe all of these were out a long time ago compared to when this came out. It is Toddy Mac. I don't tend to collect many of his figures. I got a Gorilla Grodd sitting around. I did not bring home my Devastator Batman from my office, or else I'd have that to compare. So let's get this guy out of the package. We'll compare him to a couple things I got laying around here. But I am most importantly looking forward to seeing this guy with Wolverine. So let me get my cutting device that I tend not to do too much damage with, as it's not an actual razor. And let's get Lobo out of the packaging. I have been waiting for this, guys. I love to share things with you here on the live stream, but this one has been chomping at me, looking at this thing on the table since I picked it up last week. There he is, out of the cardboard, still inside the plastic shell. I always like the packaging for Multiverse. Let me know, how you feel about the packaging with random figures, Marvel Legends, and they all do things differently. I like how they do package these. You get the stand, the accessories nicely on display. They do put them in here with the extra protector cord. We get the trading card all the time, which, whatever. I'm not really paying extra for it, I suppose. But I always like getting some of the trading card. We get that basically that overused just basic stand that I hear does go well with Lobo. We do get an accessory here on the side, which is his grappling hook / chain, which we will get out of the packaging first. I have heard that this is not the easiest thing to get into his hand. So we'll see how that goes. You know, I don't like to force things here. I knock things over all the time. That's one thing, but I never want to break something here on the channel. This is actually a very soft plastic, which I didn't expect. Actually, it's very soft. Holy smokes. I expected it to be a harder plastic. There he is, up close, looking like a jacked up Danhausen. This is the part I like the most. Check out the back of that. All the money had to go into the back of that jacket. I mean, the sculpt is cool, but that jacket is phenomenal looking. I'm just going to pull him off camera for a second so I can cut this string without accidentally cutting myself or the figure. Never like to try to do things, not to get too ballsy here on camera for fear of a horrible, horrible accident that will lead to me hurting myself. All right, so we cut that open, and coming right out after that, that was the only string you had to worry about. So first impressions of this guy, he's a lot lighter than I expected. Much lighter than I expected him to be. He is still a big chunk of plastic, don't get me wrong. However, I expect him to be more heft to him. Don't get me wrong, he's not a light figure by any stretch of the imagination. He has a little bit of weight to him, but he's definitely not nearly as heavy as I thought. Second impression is getting him to stand. I feel like it's going to be a problem. I don't know why. What's going on with him here? Let's see if we can maybe move him around a little bit to get him to stand better. So feet, I know we have the toe joints. Okay, so the toe joints are going to help us out here because we do have the toes here, little toesies on Lobo. But I feel as if I have to monkey around a little bit here with the feet in order to get him to stand properly. And I don't like, right out of the package, when I have to work way too hard to get something to stand. Okay, there we go. We got him out. So let's get him up here on the rotating base. Looks like he's pretty well balanced. He should not be falling off anytime soon. So there's our Lobo. And as I said, price of admission to me is that jacket. Bite me, fanboy. It's just so incredible. Again, I haven't been a big reader over the years of Lobo. However, just seeing the, sorry about bumping the camera there, seeing the leather jacket, the spikes on the jacket, the texturing is very well done on this. You can see on the back of the jacket, we do get texturing there. We also get texturing on the jeans down below, as you can see. We do have these awesome skulls on the kneecaps, also on the belt buckle, which is very awesome to see. Again, toe articulation. I like those shin pads. I really do. To me, I just love the cutoff leather jacket with the Bite Me Fanboy on the back. Head sculpt looks pretty well done to me. Face paint, red eyes. The teeth look pretty good there. Got some blue in the hair as well. We'll take a look at the articulation momentarily, see how this guy moves around. We'll do some comparisons, see what he is up to. So let's see what's going on here over in the chat. If anybody has shared anything that we need to share and say hello to with everybody else. Mom Said Pop You Out says, I put Lobo on the death metal bat cycle. That is an incredible thought, Mom Said Pop You Out. Very good thinking. I might try it with the Ghost Rider bike, but I think it's going to be a little small for me. Smooth, sorry if I'm saying it wrong, says, Sleeping Collectibles, your video hunts are amazing. I agree. They are great to see. Bring back Sheriff Lobo. We got going on here. G4 says, model nips work great on those rubber ties. That's good to know as well. McFarlane ankles, that's why they come with stands. Yeah, that's the sad thing. And again, like, I guess it's cool that technically speaking, they're proactive, but like, should they have to be, right? Shouldn't it just stand by itself? He's got those Axl Rose ankles. Yeah, something's just off. I mean, again, he's going to look cool for what I'm going to do with him. And again, I don't know. Toddy Mac does some strange stuff with his figures. These are all very soft, by the way, reminding myself to keep it on camera. Very soft. These are not sharp. You don't have to be worried about these. I've had figures already where the spikes are relatively sharp. You had to be really careful. There's a closer look at the back. Again, that's what does it for me here. All right, so let's check out the articulation. I know he said people said to be careful. There's the bend you're going to get on the elbow. So not quite 90 degrees, a little less than that maybe. You do get full articulation or full rotation on the shoulder. Shoulders go way up on this thing. Let's be careful. There we go. So shoulders, very, very loose actually, but you get all the way beyond the T for the shoulders, as you can see there. Both sides do rotate all the way around. Also, you get good articulation bend to the center. So if you want to have him doing almost like a Nick Jackson or a Young Bucks sort of torso, you can do that with him a little bit. You do get, again, that torso rocker. You can go side to side with that. You get a little bit of rotation around. You can see here, you can twist it here at the chest. That will probably go further around. I'm not going to test it too far. How far forward you can go with the bend. Get a lot of forward out of him. Again, I'm holding him up because I know he's going to fall, unfortunately. As far as how far back you're going to go, not that far back. I don't want to test it and take a chance on busting anything. Looks pretty cool from the back here as well if you want to have him on a pose. Again, we only get one set of hands. It'd be cool. It would have been cool to get fisted hands, of course, but I kind of like this pose with him from behind. I think that would look pretty cool on the shelf with him chilling with that jacket. As far as knees are going to be concerned, you do get really good articulation on the knees. Obviously, it's going to be a bit prohibited here on the back because the calf's going to hit the back of the quad where the hamstring is. But again, you get pretty far kicked back with that. Again, be careful with the skull. As far as kick forward goes on the articulation there, you can see pretty far up on that. Kick back, next to nothing. Kick out, very well done. It's almost like a Luchasaurus kind of thing he's got going on there. As far as feet go, as I said, you do have the toe articulation on both sides, which are meant to make it basically easier to pose. Unfortunately, I don't get that. Rotation on the feet go that way. Ankle pivot, I don't think, but I'm not going to test it right now on camera. Also, you're going to get some things that are going to prohibit it from moving a little bit there. So again, that's basically mostly your basic articulation. Head looking down, actually really good. So if he's looking down at a smaller action figure or a smaller character, that's actually looking pretty good to me. I actually think that's pretty decent for Lobo. Looking down, looking up, not much at all because of the hair. Good articulation on the head. It will spin all the way around, even with the hair. Just be careful you don't bend the hair too much in the back. But I'm pretty digging how he can look down as far as he can because he's the main man. He's going to be looking down at a lot of people. But I will say this as I get back to the chat momentarily. Again, you're going to have to mess around with the feet. You may have to heat it up even. Maybe that's my problem in order to get it where you want it to stand properly. I got a feeling as soon as I put this guy on the rotating base, he's going to fall again, unfortunately, as it's not the easiest thing. Getting him counterbalanced the way you need to stand. Let's see how we do. Nope. Nope. All right. So let's see here one more time and try to mess with this guy. Get the feet a little further out in front of him with that toe articulation. We got him standing a little bit before. And we got him here. Come on. Come on, Lobo. You're the main man. You're supposed to stand easily. And I know I have the stand here, but I am being very, very stubborn this evening. Let's see. I think he'll stay. I think. So as he's rotating around, again, this is the accessory you get aside from the trading card. There he goes. So this is meant, again, to just go into his hand. The hands, from what I heard, as far as the hands go, are very tight to maneuver and work with. I'm going to see if I can just get this to go around his hand, which, again, is not going to be easy. But for now, I'm not doing too much with this thing because, again, oh, there it goes. Whoever said about the arm coming out, you weren't wrong. So good call on that bicep. I'm not sure who said it, but if you're not careful, that bicep will pop out, and there is evidence of that right there. So, again, I do not think that should happen with a figure. Again, they should make that peg deeper to avoid that issue from happening. But whoever it was that did warn me, as you said, it does easily pop right back in. You just got to kind of work that sucker back in where it's supposed to go. But again, very good advice. Whoever it was that did say that to us, I'm apologizing for who had said it. I forgot who it was. But that is definitely going to be an issue. Be careful pulling that elbow, that bicep joint out. Hopefully he'll stay. You can see I kind of have him on his toes because he doesn't want to stand. He doesn't want to do his thing. I don't want to use the stand. I just feel like that's cheating. Let's try one more time because I got him standing earlier where he seemed better off. There we go. I think that might do it. Yep, I think we got him. So there he is. So again, be careful with that bicep joint. Excellent advice regarding that, to be careful of that issue occurring. So watch that doesn't happen to you. But again, it does pop right back in if that is an issue. So what I really wanted to do, as I said earlier, was have Wolverine posed with Lobo. And I believe, if I remember correctly, in X-Men and DC, the crossover, I'm pretty sure it was Tiger Stripe Wolverine, which would basically be essentially the animated yellow and black. So if you're curious how these are going to match up, I don't think Wolverine is that short compared to Lobo. That is a crazy difference. I kind of have like a pose on my dio kind of in the back of my head where Wolverine is leaping onto Lobo from behind. But I feel as if that would not be an accurate representation in the comic books regarding their size. McFarlane are a larger scale of figure, but I was kind of hoping it'd be a little bit better of a scale for how those two would go together. But you could definitely make it work. You could fudge it if you really want to make it work out. Four Feathers says, it was Mama said pop you out who mentioned the bicep issue. Thank you. So again, sir, good heads up, because had you not told me that, I'd be freaking out over that bicep popping out. Good to know it pops right back in. But again, it shouldn't happen. That should not be a quality issue, a quality control issue that occurs. So there he is next to Wolverine. Let's get Wolverine out of the picture here, off to the side. I mentioned I have another DC Multiverse here. I do have Gorilla Grodd, who also never stands well, although he does seem like he might stand now. So there is Gorilla Grodd, the gold version of him up there. And again, they scale much better together in the McFarlane universe of action figures in that DC Multiverse line. We also know the DC Multiverse line does not scale well at all in general. Not something Toddy Mack is ever that overly concerned with. Kind of cool seeing these guys with each other, however, because you do have the skulls on Gorilla Grodd, the skulls down here. That almost looks like a reuse of that skull. It's basically identical. Obviously, they're different sizes, but the sculpt itself or the concept look extremely similar. I was really let down by this guy. I was excited to see him getting put out. But here, seeing him with Lobo, I can see if you're a McFarlane toy collector, these do look good together as a collection or as a series. So pretty cool having Lobo in the collection. I do not regret picking him up one bit. The jacket just looks cool. So there's definitely things you can do with this guy. Just be careful to get that articulation. Not the best thing to work with. And again, the ability to stand isn't overly fantastic with this guy, but you can make it work if you kind of putt around with him and just kind of have it on display. So let's put him over here for now, blocking the sign. Now let's get to the guy I'm really excited to see, Johnny Hungy. If you're not an AEW fan, this is John Silver from New York. He is a member of the Dark Order faction in AEW. He is really one of the most breakout stars on AEW from the Dark Order. Kind of took over leadership after the death of Brody Lee, RIP Brody Lee. I was very excited to pick this up. It also comes with Upper Deck AEW trading cards, which I cannot find anywhere for the life of me. I know Sleeping Collectibles, Six Packs and Knickknacks, Art G, all you fine gentlemen have gotten your hands on the trading card boxes. I just can't find them. And I'm ripping places apart. I'm not going to pay $50 on a card set. I'm just not going to do it. I can't open up that wound. There's a cross-sell on the back. The cool thing with this particular wave or series is you're getting all of the, well, not all, but a good number of the Dark Order members. I got this at Logan's Collectibles, if you're curious, for $39.99 plus PA standard sales tax. They had the entire series, not when I got there. When I got there, all they left was Johnny Silver and Anna Jay. Anna Jay was also $39. The way I basically justified this to myself was that, all right, if I ordered it on Ringside Collectibles where it's currently available, then it would have cost me about $27, $28 plus Pennsylvania sales tax plus $9 or $10 shipping. That's about what I paid for at Logan's Collectibles in Easton, Pennsylvania at the Palmer Park Mall. So he had good prices on these. That's definitely fair. If you were ordering from Ringside, it costs about the same. But if you were to get two of them, it isn't quite the same, because now, whereas if you got both of these on Ringside Collectibles, him and Anna Jay, they would ship together, meaning you're only spending $10 on shipping. So if I bought Anna Jay the same day as this, it's like buying them each separate on Ringside and paying $20 total on shipping across the two of them. Couldn't get myself to justify that in one trip. But I figured, hey, the 3 Upper Deck cards are in there. They're my first AEW trading cards I have in hand. Who knows? Maybe we'll get lucky and get somebody cool that we like. But I'm excited to see this at retail when it eventually comes out. Overall, 6 packs. And actually, your GeForce Racing says Marvel selects bigger fig scale. Yeah, they do. Good call, man. I have a couple selects that are not handy right now. I would have liked to have compared Ursa Major, but my other one is in my living room. I didn't bring them out. But yeah, good call there. 6 packs. I did something here. I did something. I did some planning ahead of time. Ryan Sweeney says too many figures these days have QC issues. Yeah, I agree, Ryan. I don't know if it's just them rushing things out that don't need to be out or taking too long to get out or whatever, but I agree. Too many quality control issues. All right, so here's the thing. I cheated. I tend to like to unbox everything here literally in front of your eyes. Let you watch me struggle if need be. However, I do not want to destroy this box. If you're an AEW Unmatched or unrivaled collector, you know the boxes aren't necessarily collector friendly. So I cheated. 6-packs, I cheated for good reasoning. I did use a razor blade to cut the bottom to maintain the box quality because I think that this box is incredible. Johnny Silver is incredible. So I did go in and cut this ahead of time, which I'm just going to take off camera, but you're going to see momentarily. By cutting the bottom with a razor through the plastic, it allowed me to slide him out. But look what they do to us. The freaking cards are attached to the back. Why would they do that? Oh, man. All right, so I don't know. I'm going to have to be, again, I want to maintain this box quality. And again, it's not going to be like for reselling or anything because it's already going to be open, but just so it kind of looks cool on the shelf. I'm going to have to get in there surgically and remove those cards. That is a bummer, though, that they're so hard to get into. So maybe we'll try to do it here. I don't know. We're already at 30 minutes, which means it's around 7:35 or 40. So that's a bit of a bummer, but I do love the packaging. You get the silver packaging here on the unmatched figures as opposed to the unrivaled, which has the gold look to it. I tend to like the silver better. Great image of Johnny Hungy right there. You get the 3 exclusive Upper Deck Cards logo, the number of the series and figure in that particular series. And again, the cross sell we talked about already. And this is John Silver's picture on the back from Full Gear, November 7th, 2020, held in Jacksonville, Florida. So again, I want this to be able to kind of chill like that. I got to get those cards out of there because I'm jonesing to see some AEW cards. Let's see what we got going on here. Open at the bottom. We already did. 6-pack says prep work. Score. Yes, save that box. The sources no, they're not. Is it silicone? Peel slow. It feels like plastic, but I'll be careful. Try heating up with a blow dryer. So yeah, I'm gonna have to mess around and see how that goes. All right, so let's get this guy over here. So accessories are ample, very ample with Johnny Hungy. As you can see, we get multiple head sculpts. Personally, I don't like the tough guy John Silver that he initially tried to be. I like the John Silver from every Monday on Being the Elite, which is like the jokester, the meat man. He has so many nicknames. He's done so well for himself here. So I do like this head sculpt a lot better. This will be the one I have on the most. They both look pretty good, but I think it's the smile on this one that really makes this look like John Silver to me. Obviously the beard. You do get the Dark Order, can't talk tonight, open hand. If you don't know, in AEW, they all do like a hand opening like this, like they're holding an eye to represent their faction, the Dark Order. And then we do get 2 fisted hands as well as the open hands that come with him default in the packaging. We also get this really great jacket. I believe that this was the one that Brody technically gave him. Again, AEW fans, feel free to fact check me. Also, if he looks short, he is short. He's a very short dude. He's built like a little bowling ball. The dude is all muscle. However, he is a very short guy. So when you see him here, that's not a McFarlane scaling issue. That is literally, as I get all this out of here, that is literally pretty much his height. And we'll see how he scales with other figures once we do get him out of there. I love the fact that they give us the alternate hands, especially the fact that all of the Dark Order members did get the open hand to do the Dark Order symbol. I will be putting out my final AEW video from Atlantic City later this week. And I have to tell you, the most favorite part, I believe, that I enjoyed, even though Keith Lee and all that cool stuff was going on at AEW. Ooh, that's ratchet. Holy cow. It's really ratchet. Holy cow. I heard it was. That's really ratchet. Jeez. I really enjoyed seeing the Dark Order out there together, wrestling in a 10-man tag. Also, Anna Jay and Tay Conti had a match that night. So very cool seeing the Dark Order. So I will be putting that video out probably later this week into the weekend. I'm trying to kind of stagger it with hunt videos. So there is the initial head sculpt that he comes with. As I said earlier, listen to this. Ooh, terrifying, right? But they're ratcheted. This one isn't quite as tight. This one's a little more ratcheted here. One thing I've noticed, and I'll actually give is it Kyle Peterson, the big wrestling reviewer. I'll give him props here because I never noticed until he pointed it out. The elbow stability on the unmatched figures so much better than unrivaled. Let me show you what I'm talking about here. Let's get Johnny Hungy stationary for a second here. His elbows are so much better made and just better designed and just tighter and stronger. And then check out Lance Archer. Look at this. All of the unrivaled figures have this real lack of instability. Now, it doesn't mean you can't do stuff with them, right? You can move them around. Everybody dies. I opened this up off camera in Atlantic City, by the way, at like 2 a.m. But again, non-ratcheted shoulders, but the elbows, that is scary. All my unrivaled are like that. Look at the size difference here between these guys. Two bearded men, just different sizes. But that stability in the elbow is very interesting. How much more stable, flexible, and just functional it is to use those. So I'm going to leave the jacket on him for tonight. I really dig right here, just looking at a bit of a slight review, that he does have the Dark Order logo on the knee pad. Head will go all the way around. You know what? Should we get the jacket off? Let's get the jacket off. What the hell? Let's get ballsy. I heard the jackets are very easy to work with, as opposed to how some jackets can be on Mattel figures. So here is the jacket, and it is the very, very pliable rubber. That is very easy to deal with. Here's the back. Very cool. I didn't notice this till I saw a review. Dark Order, obviously, the logo, the purple. This down here, very malleable. But check this out. So John Silver, right? So Silver, he was the 4th member to join Dark Order. If you knew this, good for you, because I never picked up on that. So they literally have 4, like the 4 Horsemen logo, on the jacket, but the 4 is basically built into his last name, which is such a great idea. I thought that was really cool how they spun around and did that. He needs to pick up the papers. Oh, man, the Brody Lee stuff in Dark Order was just gold. It was just gold. Oh, my God. Let's see what we got going on here. Johnny loves meat, the meat man. So there's the jacket. That's very well done. Here he is out of the pack, out of the jacket. One thing I will say that I'm never fond of, it doesn't seem as if the shoulders will go all the way down to the side. My Bret the Hitman Hart figure I got recently from Mattel was the same way. I hate when the arms don't come down flush. Now, Lance Archer here, you can see, is a very similar situation there. His arms don't come straight down, but I just feel like this one over here should go further than it does. But rotation at the arm, again, ratcheted shoulder joint. Be careful there with that. Elbows, great double joint there. Wrists do hinge. As I said, they'll go all the way around. Same on this side, obviously. Head, with the beard, can still go all the way around. Looking up, it's going to pop. I go any further. Looking down, the beard, you don't get too much. Although you do get great torso articulation with these AEW figures. So working it's all the way down, going all the way back. Also pretty well done. Side to side with that torso. You can really rock the hell out of that. Also a little bit of twist at the waist. I'm not going to force it because you do have that great torso articulation. Knee, the knees, about that far back. Not quite too far because of the size of the figure. Foot that way. You get the rocker as well. So again, pretty good on the foot articulation. Overall, good articulation on this guy. What I want to do is get that head off. Came off very easy. And let's see if we can get Lance back here, if he'll stay. Let's get this head sculpt on. It's the one I like the most. I just think that that is how I picture him. I have so many ideas for pictures with this guy that are not necessarily wrestling related. Just him kind of popping up in the background. So you're going to see this guy probably in the background here of Live 705. But you're going to see this guy popping up a lot in things I do on Instagram in the next few weeks. He literally might be like a figure of the year because I think I have so much fun with this guy just popping up. Like right now, I envision him in my dio, just looking through the window at like somebody on the couch in my dio. So again, if you're just curious, you do have the thigh articulation. You also have the boot cut. So boot cut on both sides, as you can see. The knee pads don't quite get in the way of that, which is good to see. You can slide the knee pads up a little bit though. They will slide down as you kind of mess it around and monkey with them. Let's get that Dark Order hand in his hand. I was looking forward to that more than anything. So it looks like that is going to be his right hand. So let's get that out of the way. Just going to do this off camera. Pops right out. Much easier than I expected it to be. So it should pop right back in. But I think all these pieces are universal as well. They do a nice job with that, which is pretty cool. So you do get that Dark Order hand going on. That is awesome. I am digging Johnny Silver. I got a feeling he might be as I said earlier, end up being pretty damn high on my top 10 figure list of the year. I'm just calling it right now. So there he is, join the Dark Order. He just looks awesome. that face sculpt is hilarious, especially compared to Lance Archer, who just everybody dies. He's so angry and he's so happy. So those two together just look fantastic. And as I said, I did not show this guy off on Live 705. I opened him last week, pretty late in the evening, Atlantic City, after the show was over. Great articulation over on this guy as well. The hair looks great. All the tattoos look phenomenal, as all the AW figures do. That has to be the biggest cover-up tattoo ever. Let me know in the comments if you know what he has covered up here, because that's got to be a cover-up. That just can't be like the ground that these are in. Cool cross going on there. I really like the lettering. You can see here on his forearms as well. They did a nice job with the Lance Archer. The tights look great, even though he looks a little different now, especially after getting busted up by Hangman last week. So let's get him back up there, and let's see if we can get Johnny Hungy back in his jacket before we get ready to call it a night here, as we are getting closer to AEW. So excited. We were there for that debut last week of Keith Lee, so I can't wait to see how he factors in tonight to the show. That should be really awesome. I probably should be showing you how I put that on, but it just goes on pretty damn easily. Just watch with those shoulders being ratcheted. You don't get freaked out too much when you're bending them around. But this looks great. I am digging this guy. This was easily worth paying a bit of a premium to get him in hand. In hand. So let's get him up there on the base. He should stay put. Let's get his alternate head sculpt over there. Let's slide Lobo in. Lobo is almost as tall as these guys, and he's not on the stand. He's actually the same size. It's like he's on a booster chair or on a step ladder, and he's trying to get even with Lobo. So that's pretty funny, actually. I'll tell you what, just because even though we didn't open him up tonight, he's not why we're here. What I really want to see is how this is going to look if we get Johnny Hungy here. And let's see if we can get Lobo to stand properly and get him with that great looking down pose and articulation in the neck. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's pretty cool. I'm digging that. Opening these together, I think was pretty neat. So everybody, thanks for being here tonight. Definitely enjoyed cracking these open. Before we get out of here, I'm just curious, does anybody have any predictions what we're going to see presented on Monday for Fan First Monday for Marvel Legends on the Hasbro Pulse live stream? I don't really know what's coming. I don't know what's next. I'm thinking maybe more Disney Plus. I'm really thinking we're going to get a re-release of Moon Knight Lacerda photo. I know you and I were talking about that, sir, on the DMs the other night. I think there's a good possibility that they reuse the Walgreens figure and reissue that sculpt from a year or two ago that like nobody could find. I've seen it like twice in person, always at like $45 at a toy show. So I think we might get a Moon Knight Disney Plus re-release, maybe with a slight repaint or redeco, hyping us up for the Moon Knight show. We might see some more Hawkeye figures coming out, maybe some Multiverse of Madness stuff to tie in with what they did with the trailer this week. Lots of cool stuff, but I would love to see them re-release that Moon Knight. I tend not to like it when they do it right away. I like when they do things that are a little bit older, like the Baron Zemo they're re-releasing. However, I think that would work great re-releasing that Walgreens, because that was not easy to find. I know very few people who came across it in the wild. So I almost picked it up for $45 the other night, and I said, you know what, let's wait and see. Even if I see it at ZoloCon for $35, I might grab it, because then at least if they re-release it, it's not that much higher of a price, considering Marvel Legends are going to be $25 anyway. So Monster Poppy out says he feels it's going to be the 60th anniversary Spider-Man stuff. Very cool thought. Okay, Figures, what's going on, sir? He suggested hoping for a classic Luke Cage. Okay, Figures, good call. I know that Boog Nice and some other online people have predicted that as well. More crap, says Lacerda. I'd like to see 20th Toad. That would be awesome for us to finally see a Toad that is updated. I know we all need that. But again, I'll be excited to see what happens. I would love to see the Moon Knight. Who knows? Do we get, dare I say it, do we get an Andrew Garfield and a Tobey Maguire Spider-Man? I know somebody said 60th anniversary Spider-Man stuff. Do we see all the Spider-Man things? All the things. Who knows? So everybody, we're going to get ready to call it a night. I think we discussed everything we wanted to. Cody Rhodes looks like he's going to WWE. That's why I have him throwing the AEW title in the trash can. By the way, if you see that photo on Instagram, that's from the great Carver Customs. with the epic Dio and dumpsters that I do have in my display from time to time. So they are over there. And I haven't said this in a while. Check out Prime to the First. We all know him. He's a great dude. I finally managed to work in one of my awesome arcade cabinets for him in the back. The Figure Booth is a great podcast you can listen to here on YouTube or on Apple Podcasts. Check them out, him and Nasty Nate. Give them a listen, give them a follow and a subscribe because they're great. They also have a very good podcast, and I try to really get people's names out there. You probably already know him. We talk about him a lot, but I just wanted to make sure to mention him because I listened to their podcast this week, and it was fantastic. I really enjoyed it. So everybody, I will be getting a new toy hunt video out tomorrow night. If you check out Instagram disabout_12, you'll see that I did post a whole big pile of Spider-Man goodness at the Tamapa Walmart this evening. But new toy hunt tomorrow night. Current toy hunt is doing well. It's at about 2,000 views from last night. That was a $7 action figure find that we had all through the Lehigh Valley and Allentown area. We will be talking more about that in the future. $5 AEW was found. We'll probably open those up next week. And hopefully next week, Hasbro Pulse exclusives, Skrull Army Builders, and Shield 2-pack Agent Army Builders. Very excited to get those in hands with those new head sculpts that they have. So everybody, thank you for joining us tonight. I know your time is precious. We're all very busy. So thank you for being here at Live 705. And again, if you're new, please consider hitting that subscribe button. It's free for you. Doesn't cost you a dime. Helps us growing the channel tremendously as we approach 2,700 subscribers. Also approaching 1,700 followers on Instagram. Let's keep growing it. Again, disabout_12 on Instagram, daily toy content, daily toy updates. Thank you, everybody. Take care, stay healthy, and I'll be seeing all of you at the pegs.